What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 116 of my Total Warhammer 3 Boris Ursus and Zinoviev campaign. So as we saw last time, Beludna the Defender destroyed the forces of Skarbrand and is now ready to move on towards the Greyling Moot, where a decent amount of enemy forces remain, both the garrison at a maxed out 5 maxed out tier territory, plus Red Olgor's full stack as well. Should be a fun time, and we will be fighting that cinematically. In addition to that, our other invasion locations have begun. Blackrock has been taking, and the Brass Glacier rather has been about to fall to Urogny, as he now threatens Infernius as well, and the capital of the Exiles of Khorne. In fact, all the capitals are getting near to threatened. We do have 2 stacks that are here in the Nurgle territories and are getting closer to the Sunken Sewers as well, plus the Volary is certainly within sight, though we do still have to move towards it. Looking pretty good to me. Now, let's begin by doing some simple stuff. First of all, Urogny, let's have you take the Brass Glacier. I don't think we're once again going to risk auto-resolving you. If we had eyes here, like if this assassin could move up and show us that there was no full stack waiting like right here to attack us, I would. But the thing is, every time we auto-resolve with Urogny, he loses half his war sleds because, well, that's how the auto-resolve works nowadays. On the other hand, a single full stack wouldn't threaten Urogny even with the heavy war sleds damage, so maybe it will be worthwhile. You know what, screw it, do it. Yeah, it'll damage these guys. You can all heal up because you have the power of the Patriarch on your side. I'd really rather not waste the time and try to look for good battles. Hey, we got a Glittering Scales out of it. That's actually pretty nice. Let's delete you, let's go walls up. Don't collect income, and keep going towards Infernius. Hopefully afterwards we won't have to worry about it, as there will be an assassin traveling with us. Though I do expect that a full stack will probably come out and attack at Death Axe's Monolith if Beludna doesn't first sail up here and start attacking at the Folly of Malefics as well. Okay. That's going pretty good. Now you are going to stay here until you heal up. We are going to continue our attempt to ambush the forces of Nurgle here, in the hopes that with Svetlana... Ooh, wait. Yeah. Wait, Svetlana, you can actually move right now, can't you? But these guys are... What if we were to use ambush with you as well? Now I'm just wondering, would that be better? One of them might get foiled, and we will suffer attrition in both armies. But on the other hand, these guys will definitely feel like they are a lot safer to attack here. You know what? Maybe we do. Attrition or not. Move here and ambush. What's the likelihood that both your ambushes get foiled? Hopefully that'll be worth our time. Now, Assassin, you are not able to move this turn because we moved you around last time. Okie dokie, fine. We have a lot of other stuff to do, a lot of places to attack. Assassin, try to go after a Narath Trolltooth over here. That's a different Narath. Although I think we might have killed this guy south, but you know, once again, enemies are... oh, that hurts. That really hurts. And I got excited for the assassins over the last few episodes. They were doing so good, and you had to break that combo. You, next assassin. I guess it's time for you to head up north, shall we? Yeah, go. You might follow ranged Hiroshko, who will also need somebody to follow you, so you guys go roughly the same way. Okie dokie, looks good to me. Money, you never need to move. Tech Thief, you are not able to move. Nestor Mazarov, our temporary army. You are going to capture this location, or colonize it rather. Good, new territory, don't collect the income, and build. And then keep going through all these places. And this territory will probably take a few turns to build up. Oh, there's a gold mine up here. Very nice. Yeah, there's definitely some very nice provinces in northern Cathay. I was really hoping that our allies would start taking this stuff and then attack those, but they're just doing nothing. Maybe this particular AI is programmed not to advance? Like, think about early game in most campaigns and just how far the freaking... main 2 Cathayan factions try to advance. Comparatively, these guys basically have gone nowhere. And you need to stay here to defend against Pinforks. Though he will most likely bypass you and go after this, but yeah, we're gonna keep you around until this thing is dead. I'm almost tempted to delete this army, build a strong army and attack you, but we don't have the money to do it right now, as weird as that sounds. Oh well, we'll ignore that. Svetlana, you are healing for at least one more turn. Other Svetlana, you are moving towards the challenge stone, so you're good. Other Svetlana, they're all different Svetlanas, but they are Svetlanas. Yeah, stay where you are. Marat Fedosov, you two. You two could try this. Are you able to reach Zerolus in one go? Yes, you are. Interesting. Okay, so let's move you here first. Let's see if we can force an epic field battle. Can't guarantee it, but the possibility exists. Alexander Kastina, you have all the arty, so let's have you attack Falco. And let's see about this one. He is not going to run. Oh, amazing. Well, it looks like Alexander Kastina and her little minion Marat Fedosov here are going to get a cinematic battle then. Very, very nice. And the great thing about forcing field battles against the demons is that most of them will disappear upon death. Not the Doom Knights, of course, and not the massive amounts of Forsaken, but we should be able to auto-resolve the settlement to death afterwards. Cinematic battle, Wrath of the Engineer, part, I don't know, 6, 10, 50? Who knows?
Another page in Kislev's great history.
Man, this territory always looks a little bit like what the hell is that? Is that one of those brains floating overhead? Yeah, it is one of those weird brain things floating overhead. Freaky. Yeah, this territory definitely looks very alien all the time, doesn't it? It always looks like some sort of 40k weird planet or something. Alrighty, well, here we go. We begin the fight against this little tiny army here by moving up our war sleds and bombarding them with our little Groms. Shouldn't be too difficult as we outrange those blue horrors, and if we so desire, we can just permanently keep out of their range as well as killing the enemy lord via little Grom fire in addition to that. Yeah. There we go, and those units should all be dead quite quickly like this. We're gonna try something a little bit different in this particular battle. Different in the sense of, not unique, but something that we haven't been able to get a chance to properly do with this particular army. I'm gonna try out using the war sleds as skirmisher screens, which is sort of what they're meant for, at least partially. Just like skirmisher screens in front of an army, like in a historical sort of setting. I want to give it a try. It is a little bit dangerous to use against Tzeentch, which is one of the reasons why we haven't really been using it nearly as much. It worked early game to great effect against Khorne and Nurgle, if you guys remember, out of Boris's army and the other armies. But, wait, was it Boris's army? Might have been another army, but it worked in the early game many, many years ago. Back when we were young. But now I want to try it with this army, which should be the most adept at it by virtue of sheer numbers. Anyway, gonna summon an elemental bear who is going to start working through those poor little screamers here, but mostly to distract while we try to focus down these Doom Knights. Gonna get those few first volleys off on them and then start moving away as per plan. Though unfortunately these woods will be kind of interfering. I do wonder, do forests like this slow down units of flyers? Like, let's see, wait, you are at currently 90 speed. If you fly through this forest, is your speed reduced? Or no? You would think that the flyers would definitely fly slower over woods. I can't tell. It doesn't look like it. Kind of unfortunate, but oh well. Well, it looks like the first of the Doom Knights is just about done. We also got to remember that these guys are taking shots from our little Groms and our tanks at the same time as the war sleds, and lots of them are getting knocked out of the sky for their trouble. And they can't even land. That's got to be real frustrating. Poor little guys. There we go, looks like that unit is just about dead, and we will be able to move back into the fray immediately after, turn back around, and start annoying them more. Though the other two stacks are now on the field and getting ready to move in with some more dangerous units. Looks like the enemy lord is getting focused by all of our war sleds and all of our little Groms now, and that means it's not going to be up for very long. And there we go. One down, and then hopefully another one shall bite the dust soon. Gonna get some parting shots of those pink blue fires rather, of Tzeentch, though they fortunately did not manage to knock one of our war sleds down. That spell is particularly dangerous to war sleds, as we've seen them get brought down by them many a time. More Doom Knights coming in. They certainly brought plenty of these Doom Knights, as well as plenty of Lords of Change. And oh, what the heck was that? Did that destroy one of our war sleds, or it looked like it could have? Well, damn. Those poor Doom Knights. Unfortunately for the enemy, we've also set up our other army as well. Now, we can not only screen our advance, but screen it towards the main army, which is now having 1, 2, 3, 4, what, 8 little Groms firing at the same time? That's a heck of an artillery battery. Absolutely love it. Now this army is working properly. It definitely feels like it should work like this, with another army actually helping it out. You know what I mean? Like a main line. Sort of like an engineering company of the main army. And the screens are still working. It looks like the enemy Lords of Change and Doom Knights are all dead, and now we're moving forward to take care of this burning chariot, or was it a herald or an iridescent horror? Whatever it was, it's gone now. Now we are going to take some shots from the enemy soul grinders, though it will hopefully be soon time to focus them down with our little Groms. Also going to separate our units of screens into roughly 2 and try to focus on slightly different portions of the enemy army. I don't think the enemy knows too much about what to do here. It just has to advance with its slower moving infantry units, all the while chucking those magic javelins at us. I don't know what the hell that was, little Grom. That shot was way wide. Alrighty, hopefully we get enough staggers on these guys to prevent them from chucking those javelins too much. And on the bright side, every time the enemy moves up its infantry beside them, those shots often skip off and hit a bunch of enemy infantry as well. Anyway, let's see how these guys are doing. Their shields are down, but they're going to take a while to fully bring down, so that's going to be definitely some work for our units. Otherwise, we're maintaining the screen work, and our steam tanks, and as well as our little anchor of our line, is doing a good job preventing the enemy knights from going past into our main, though I feel like they would have failed anyway, just by virtue of the sheer collection of guns we've got going here. This is a really fun army, I gotta say. Once again, doubled up like this. Yeah, I wanted more of these battles with like 2 versus 3, 2 versus 2, 2 versus 4, that sort of thing. A lot of the time, you get some really, really epic things going like this. Anyway, there we go. Looks like some of our war sets have moved nearly to our line, as the enemy has continued to advance and is almost there. We've almost established an actual battle line, though I'm not sure that these guys are going to be it, because they're getting hit by a lot of gunfire as well. And how are those soul grinders in the back? Looks like one of them's dead, 2 of them's dead, and the 3rd one will follow suit shortly. And with that, I don't think that the enemy army's got too much left. Our outriders are also firing out of those woods, though a lot of the shots are missing. At least they're relatively safe there. Oh, one of the soul grinders is actually up here. I just saw those little Groms smashing into those for Forsaken and bisecting them. Damn. And as these enemies move in and their Forsaken go down, we move all of our war sleds into the fray to prevent those pink and blue horrors from firing. The Forsaken may be able to destroy the war sleds just fine, but the horrors are in a very bad shape. Plus we pop those Hawks of Niska right into the enemy, causing that leadership reduction due to Discouraged and not doing any damage to ourselves, because, well, that's one of the benefits of the spell. Really well done to the war sleds this time, I gotta say. They really came into their own in this particular battle. A little bit late into the campaign, but to be fair, they have done a lot of great work against the Tzeentch factions, which they were never built to fight in the first place. But yeah, the might of ice engineering looks like it beats, I don't know what to call Tzeentch engineering, bird engineering. Well done, everybody. And now we're just gonna run down as many of those Forsaken as we can. And once again, and I know I always say this, the war sleds are really good at running things down. Definitely one of my, sleeper hit favorite units in the 3rd game. I really, really did not think I would love the war sleds as much as I do. They're just so fun to play with. And they do a lot of things, and they can substitute in a lot of roles. Granted, not super effective at a lot of them, but you know, in a pinch. And flexibility is always a great thing to have in your armies. But yeah, I always remember getting annoyed at chasing enemies down with certain types of units, like bats and furies. And these guys are just so good. They are great at chasing down infantry, and they're great at chasing down single targets. Plus, they have armor piercing, so they're just great at all that. Alrighty, a little bit of a drive-by, and just to let this battle go, because these guys certainly earned it. Not to downplay the effectiveness of the steam tanks and the little Groms in this particular battle, of course, because both of those did quite well as well, I should say. I'm not even sure we lost a unit there. That armored Kossar unit did get damaged, but that was due to that spell hitting it directly. Anyway, let's speed it up. Battle's over. We're just gonna chase down the last remnants of those Forsaken, and best we can. Looks like this one's gonna get out. Though only 17 of them, and the rest all get obliterated as we go. Well done to this army. Another glorious battle. Man, getting some damn good battles. Man, Alexandra Castina has been bringing her A-game lately. I mean, last episode we got that, or was that the episode before last episode? I don't remember. That time we got that battle against those massive attackers at where she defended with her war sleds. I think that was the episode before last episode, actually. Last episode was Scarbrand. And then now, that battle was a really cool battle just by virtue of the way that we were able to use our war sleds sort of like skirmishers, well, like actually exactly like skirmishers, moving around as skirmisher screens in front of the enemy army as the enemy army was drawn towards us. Felt very, very appropriate and exactly what we want out of this army, especially when it has another army. I think most, if not all, of the damage that was actually done to both of these armies was to this one unit of Kossars which got hit with a spell, but otherwise they were just obliterated. Amazing. And I guess we're gonna take the healing. Money, very little considering what we achieved there. Now, enemy killed in battle, etc., etc. And I imagine we should be able to capture the territory. We're going to attack it with Marat Fedosov rather than Alexandra Castina, however. I feel like I don't want to force her into an auto-resolve here. Although he can move, and if he wants to, back to our own territory where we wouldn't suffer attrition. But do we want to leave Alexandra Castina alone here to potentially defend Zeralis? Probably not. And she can't move back to our own territory, can she? In fact, she's stuck. Although, she might be able to once... Alright, you know what? You're gonna auto-resolve. I'm gonna hope that all of our war sleds don't die, somehow, against the 2 units. Alright, no, our war sleds are good. Then you're going to cap Zeralis, which is a pretty nice pickup, and is a tier 4 settlement. Oh, and we got the walls too. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We need a Patriarch location here immediately. As well, you know what? Let's build a Hallowed Wood here immediately as well for even more anti-corruption. Very nice. And now Alexandra Castina is able to march stance all the way here into our own territory, though I'm a little bit concerned about the possibility that Falco will then go after her via ambush. Well, but then if he ambushes her, he'll fail, and I think these guys are too far away to do it. You know what? I think we're safe. Go into march stance, as worrisome as that might be. Wait, what's your... Nah, we probably don't want to suffer the attrition. Let's go here.
Follow the path.
Plus, we'll be able to heal our steam tanks to full. There we go. Very nice. And Marat, your army was made for this, so I'm sure that you should be able to defend this, especially with the little garrison that you've got bonus. Now, who else do we need to move? Boris, I guess we want to fight you, but let's do a little bit of admin to spread it out. Stalker or Unbreakable. Let's go Unbreakable. I don't really care. You can have Ice Shard Wielder because I always get the other thing. Mostly because I don't like Ice Shard Wielder, but hey, why not? Beludna, you still have a fight just like Boris does going for you. We'll see if we have time for it this episode. Serena Katerin, you are good. Trofim Lapotin, I think everybody might be good. Yeah, you have to wait here. You're costing us so much money per turn, but you have to wait. Svetlana, you're still in ambush, and you shall remain as such. There's money, and I believe that's it. Alright, let's do some building work and some Ataman work, and then we'll proceed. You can be a Purger. And that was the only Ataman thing that we needed to do. Okay, fair enough. Building time. Although, on the other hand, you know what? The reason I'd like to spread out cinematic battles is because we may not necessarily get... there's no guarantee that we'd get a good cinematic battle in the following episode, you know what I mean? So I'd really love to save a guaranteed one. You know what we'll do? We'll have Boris fight. We'll do this pseudo-cinematically, I think. Just because I think this will be a pretty easy battle on the one hand, but on the other hand, we don't really have to control Boris's army as much, so we could just go in and then watch him fight anyway. I think this will be a nice compromise. And then we'll leave Beludna to fight next up. Alrighty, ooh, and lovely, there's no bridges to be concerned with here because this isn't Acathian territory. Oh, I hate those bridges. I really, really hate those bridges. I wonder what we got in terms of towers here. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side as well. But there's 2 gates here and 2 gates here. Are these gates better than these gates? There are 6 towers on this side, so we definitely don't want to go there. I'd rather take the 4. Although these ones might be far enough away that they won't cover the ground if we attack from this side. How much do we care about that is the question. Really depends on how much damage those towers can actually do. You know what? Let's set up our war sleds over here to try to move through and hit those towers. Boris, start deployment by the way. Boris, you're gonna go for this tower. You two, Mage and Patriarch, you're gonna hit this one. And wait, is that a gate? No, that's not a gate. I almost targeted you. That's a gate. Okay. You know what? Yeah, okay, this is fine. I'm a little bit worried about the Zargard getting ripped apart by the towers, but what can you do? In fact, maybe by virtue of that, we sent all the Zargard up here, but only send bears that way. They're a little bit close to each other as well. Maybe we move them in behind the bears, like this. And then you guys travel with Boris. Alright, you guys can be group 5, and I'll have you target, let's say, one of the towers. It doesn't really matter which one. Hopefully the ones that get captured the earliest. Alrighty, let's get to it. Start battle, go, go, go. Go, go, go. And, okay, these towers are not active. Oh. Really, AI? They've put units on walls here near the gate, mind you. But okay, well that is really gonna work out well for us. In fact, Patriarch and Mage, you can move over here then. And you two start destroying these just in case. And then you guys can move to each gate then. Unless, of course, they activate the towers, and... where are you going? Not sure where he's going. Okay, maybe we need the Patriarch and Mage here after all. Oh, no, those towers are about to be activated. No, all of you go here. All of you go. Like so, and like so. How's that gate looking? We'll fall shortly. Do we want to summon an elemental bear inside their territory? Yes, we do. Oh, here they come. And that's gonna hurt a lot. Ouch, yeah, you need to move quickly. Go, go, go. Blob up. Blob up. Uh-oh, okay, we are gonna need some healing. That's you, buddy. Move towards the Zargard that are hurt and heal them in a sec. Okay, one of those towers goes down, no more shots from them. Like so. You two. Retarget, stop firing, and then retarget this tower. You guys go here. And away from it. Okay, good. How are those bears and Boris? Alright, 2,000 points on the gate left. Looks like all the damage that was done was to the towers. And oh wow, look. Our summoned elemental bear is ripping these chaos spawn apart. Well done, buddy. Wasn't expecting that, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Now, you guys, you towers are gonna go after our little Groms, though I would imagine that you should be able to take them out shortly. Boris, he's almost in. Are you telling me that Boris is gonna win? Who's gonna win? Boris, you attack this much later, so you shouldn't, in theory, win this. Ah, the gate is through. Beautiful. Everybody shut up and dance. I mean, attack. I guess you could shut up and attack, but you're all cheering. Happy to fight, I'm sure. Let's get a ice wall or ice sheet going down on everybody. Boris, you are through as well, my friend. Get into the settlement and start fighting. How's that tower looking? A couple more shots and it's done for. You guys switch to the other towers nonetheless. And everybody in. Let's get a Heart of Winter to support us in the middle of this blob. Wait, do we want to wait for... Yeah, look, there's a lot more units coming. Wait for him to get in there. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Make it through. Ooh, a breath. Is that going to hit some of our... Yes, it is going to hit some of our... We'll heal them up as soon as they get into the center more. Let's also upgrade our charge bonus. Let's debuff the enemy, and let's go for the Fear of Ammonar, rather, on the enemy lord, and then debuff with the Helm of Discord and the Speculum, but not the Tormentor Sword. I want more enemy units in here. Alright, Boris, you, however, can use stand your ground and try to target the enemy lord. Oh, wait, you're out here. Alone. Isolated. But I'm sure you will be fine. Alright, Patriarch, do you need to heal yet? No. Okay, Heart of Winter, I think it's time. Like this, rather than here. And then let's get ready to use that Ice Maiden's Kiss. And let's send the Patriarch back here as well. Also, you know what? Time for the Tormentor Sword. Debuff them. And let's get them with the Kiss. There we go. Oh, damn, the enemy lord is hovering up because he somehow got ripped apart here. Alright, beautiful. There we go. Now we can just watch this. And here comes the Heart of Winter. All these units are going to be in very bad shape. And oh, they've got some Dragon Ogres here. I wasn't expecting that. Haven't seen you guys in ages, it feels like. At least in this campaign. Alright, that Heart of Winter should be ripping those warriors apart. The bears are making a nice battle line, though some of them are getting hurt. The ones with Boris in particular. They are isolated after all. You know what? Let's consolidate you guys to attack those Chaos Knights. I think that's what's doing the damage. Boris, use your buff and attack those guys. Ooh, wow, you got hurt. Oh, you're getting attacked by the enemy lord. Yeah, that's not so good. You, Patriarch, you need to heal everybody up. Especially the Frost Maiden. You can use Ice Sheet to buff everybody up as well. And you might have to use Crystal Sanctuary lest you die. Let's get that heal going right now. And you are going to pop that Kiss yet again into the middle of this. It's kind of hard to see over the Ice Sheet, but what can you do? There we go, that's a little better. I might have clipped some of our units, but I'm sure it'll be fine. How's that Lord looking? Looks like he's just about dead. And you are asleep now. Let's move you further into the battle and debuff the enemy. You two are asleep out here. I want you to actually fight Boris and Co. It looks like you've defeated the enemy Chaos Knights, ready to move out here. And let's debuff everybody. Nice little defense from the enemy. Alright, Ice Sheet so that they slow down while they run, and so that we activate our passive again. Although, once again, this is hard to see. Let's actually watch over here instead. Ah, there we go. There's some bloody bears. See, now this is appropriate of a fight. Only 3 Bear Rider units plus Boris against masses of units, instead of us overwhelming the enemy. We're the ones a little bit overwhelmed. Boris, I actually want you to move outside of this and then hit the enemy in the back. Also, you two, go after their tower since you're apparently doing absolutely nothing. Boris, use your buff on us. And if you can get around, apparently your mass isn't enough. Come on. Come on. 1 unit really shouldn't be that massive. And I mean the enemy unit. And let's use that Saint Damashkus Finger. There we go, that'll help a little bit. Now, we've already won over here while we were looking away. Alrighty, everybody else move forward, and if we can get a cast through here like a Heart of Winter, we'll be looking pretty good. You guys can actually group up in group 2 and attack together, while the mage... she's probably gonna get charged. Let's use Tormentor's Sword to prevent the enemy from doing anything then. I'm just trying to get close enough to at least use a Frost Maiden's Kiss through the enemy here. Alright, here come the rest of our units. Chaos Knights might isolate you, which I don't like, but what can you do once again? And Frost Maiden's Kiss right there. That should force all these units to rout, in fact. There we go, nice shot, and back to it. Charge those Dragon Ogres in the back. In fact, everybody charge those Dragon Ogres. Alrighty. Gotta remember that we'll still heal to full regardless of what happens here, I think. As long as we don't lose any units. Oh, and in fact, the battle's over. Yeah, that turned out to be pretty easy. Even with minimal control and not even breaking through one gate. Pretty fun though, I gotta say. Yeah, well done, Boris, well done, everybody. Let's see what the damage is. I would imagine that our mage would have won by virtue of... Yeah, that Heart of Winter doing the damage. And that should be the end of the dreaded woe. I mean, their faction isn't quite dead, but that was their one stack. So it's unlikely that they'll rebuild a full stack, though they do have 5 turns, or 6 turns until we reach the last of their settlements. But in the meantime, we're going to occupy it for ourselves, and it is a high-level settlement as well. Delete, collect income, no. Walls, tusks, and whatever else we can build hereafter. Very nice. Alrighty, well done, Boris. And then you can hit the Dragon's Crossroad, I think, in 1 turn. Yes. So here's what I'm thinking. Over the next 5 turns, every single turn will give us a settlement. I would imagine that Koeus will attack before Boris gets there, so we'll probably go 1, 2, and then might have to peel away to go into here. I would hope not, but it's very possible. On the bright side, most of the territories in here look like they're getting their walls up and running, so this guy, presuming that he takes at least a little bit damage fighting at Snake Gate, will most likely then have to choose a territory that will damage him, so wouldn't be too bad. Also, we really need walls up in here, but the growth is just terrible, mostly because we have too many church buildings. You know what? Delete all of these. Replace them all with Gospoda so that this place actually grows. Otherwise, this Pinforks is going to attack us here. Alrighty, let's complete the buildings, then I guess we'll be starting the next episode with Beledna's battle. Blood Peak. You are actually pretty good. We probably will no longer need the power of the church anymore, at least soon. Especially since the Zinchen corruption is no longer growing. Though the money you generate will probably be sufficiently little that you don't need to bother building too much stuff. We'll see. Oh, May, you can actually collect income. You pay attention to at least a few of these provinces, that might be worth our time. Not you, though. Worm Pass basically makes nothing, but it's fine as it is. Eagle Eries, Carrick Vrag. Start with the Eries? Nope. Start with Crag, actually. Yeah, let's start with Crag. And there we go. Gunpowder Road. This is a little bit too expensive right now. We can't afford this. Black Blood Pass, can't afford it either. Carrickazorn, you are maxed out. We can afford you, but I think there's nothing else that needs to be built here, although the public order is now very low because of the destruction of the roadhouse. We could ameliorate that with a church. Hey. What the... Okay, I don't know what was up with that. The game refused to allow me to click it, or maybe it was my mouse. Don't make me get angry at you again, mouse. I was having problems with you ages ago. Let's not start that again. Now. Let's keep building stuff. More money. Okay, no need. Another church for you then, because you're maxed out. And then when we can afford it, we'll build ice training fields, because there's nothing else needed here. Lovely. What's up next? Middenland. Max out the church for more patriarchs. We could build, like, even more assassins. I mostly just don't want to be ordering them around for 8 years. Nordland's ready to get maxed out as well. Let's do that. And let's delete the Gospoda here to be replaced by a church. Or a tavern, rather. Every time. And Marienburg, you're kind of in the same situation. Market and church as well. And you will be maxed. Beautiful. Ooh. You know what? No, you're not going to build a church. You are going to build a tool maker instead, because you already generate more money, and, well, you already generate a decent amount of money, and you're going to need more. Alrighty, now I believe that's unfortunately it with what we can do, so I am going to call this episode here. Just about out of time anyway. We'll start off the next episode then by attacking Red Ulgor and the Greyling Moot. Should be an epic battle, as there is a garrison here with some damn good stuff, and Beleda the Defender deserves some more fun after killing Skarbrand. In addition to that, we will most likely continue to move southward with Boris as we destroy this faction, and probably gonna get a few more possible battles with Alexander Castina, who has had an epic time of it lately as well. Lots of our lords are getting the spotlight. I'm hoping to get a little bit more spotlight on our Tsarina Katrin before the end of the campaign, but there's no guarantee because she is pretty far. Hopefully we at least find a stack, like a full stack, for her to kill at some point. So stay tuned for more Boris. Once again, get near the end. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.